Back at you with another episode. It's official, like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this, even if you're looking at the playback. You know. But this is my second time doing this. It's my second time doing this, going live. Let's see what happens the second time. First time was pretty cool, pretty chill. You know, I said if the first time went well and some people showed up, I would do it again. So here we go. You know. Now, what I wanted to do this time, but I'm gonna do it the next time. I wanted to stream from YouTube and LinkedIn at the same time, but I wasn't able to do it this time because I didn't have everything set up. So the next time I stream, I'm gonna be on YouTube and LinkedIn at the same time. That's something I've never done it before, so we're gonna see how it goes. You know, so now this topic is based on the first stream that I did. Somebody was asking me my experiences going to meetup groups in my town, in my city, wherever I live. So that's a good question. So now, before I tell you my experience, I'm going to say if you meet some people and you ask them what's been their experiences going to meetups, yeah, if they're really honest with you, you know, most people are not going to be honest. But I would say most people experiences is probably not going to be that good. But they're not going to be honest. What most people are going to say is that, oh man, I met some amazing people. We had a couple drinks, and you know, I met some people that were working in my field. We had the same careers and everything, you know. But if you really asked them, hey, why don't you introduce me to some of those amazing people that you met? That's when the conversation is gonna fall. That's when the conversation is gonna stop. That's when things gonna go left. I'm telling you, because most people that have attended these meetups, it's not. It wasn't. It was a total waste of time for most people. You know, because it was a total waste of time for me. Now, when I went to those meetups, I did not go there. Um, I didn't really have no expectations, really. You know, what's up? What's up? What's up? I didn't really have no expectations when I went to a lot of those meetups because I knew the crowd that was there. What's up? What's up? What's up? But I would say is this: most people, when they go to networks, meetup events, most people are like this. They go on there. They're gonna walk through the door. They're gonna look for people that are just like them. They're gonna look, and they're gonna introduce themselves to maybe 5 to 10 people, if that, and they're listening to see, okay, how can this person help me? How can this person get into my new deal that I have? Because most people there are in insurance, some type of sales, maybe a real estate agent, financial services, or something like that. They're looking for people that can jump into their new deal, right? They're not really looking to collaborate. That's why I say most people come in, grab what they can get, and they get up out of there. That's the reality of most meetup groups. And that's why I say if networking is your best strategy, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You only gonna have 1 to 2 people that show up at these meetup events that actually want to collaborate with people, like for real, for real. Most people want to catch and grab, come in, get what they can get, they out. That's most people. Most people are not looking to collaborate when they go to meetup events at all. And I've been to, I don't know, probably hundreds of meetups at this point. And meetups are all around the world at this point. At this point, there's a meetup about everything you could possibly imagine. And I say, you can go to meetups, you can kick it, have a couple drinks, talk to a few hot babes, but it's nothing ever came out of it for me personally. That's why I love the internet so much. And this is why I published this book. The Cockroach Marketer. It's going to be on Amazon. It's on Amazon.com. It's coming out July the 3rd. That's why I love the internet so much, because the internet is the place where I met most of the people that have impacted my life in the past 20 years. Yeah. Meetups has been a total waste of time. Meetup is a place where I go to kick it. I go to see what's going on, check the temperature and see what people are working on. But I don't attend any meetup anywhere in the country under the, assumption that I'm going to go there and I'm going to meet somebody. I'm going to do a deal. They're going to change my life. It's going to be a great collaboration, because it doesn't really happen like that. I probably collaborated with 2 people, and they benefited from the collaboration more than I did. So that's usually how it goes. That's been my experience. But hey, maybe you might have a different experience. You might have attended some networking event and you met some amazing people or whatever. But if you're really honest, if I caught you at a bar, if I caught you out and about, and I would say, hey, why don't you introduce me to some of these amazing people? You probably would drop the ball. The conversation will probably end right there. Because most of those people you probably don't talk to anymore, because y'all not really friends. Y'all just met each other. And y'all not really the type of people that would hang out with each other after work. That's the reality in most of these networking groups, on these meetup groups. And meetup groups is not a new concept, by the way. Meetup groups has been going on way before we were born. It's what happened is some smart guy took what was going on offline and came out with a website online and called it meetup.com. It's not a new concept at all. This what some smart, I don't know who's the founder of Meetup, but some smart guy was like, hey, we about to take these same concepts of meeting up offline, because people are already doing it privately, right? All around the country, all around the world. And we're going to create a website online and with the same aspects, same principles and everything. And somebody got rich, whoever the founder is. That's what happened. But meeting up is not a new concept at all. The thing is with a lot of meetup groups is a lot of people are selfish. A lot of people go to those meetup groups, get all the information, and as soon as the host is done speaking, they break out. That's the reality of most people. Most people are not going there for collaboration. They go in there to take. That's it. Do you watch anime? No, I don't. I sure don't. I'm not into that shit. This is why I like the internet. This what this book is all about. This book is all about the internet. How I've used the internet to my advantage. It's coming out July the 3rd. The Cockroach Marketer. By yours truly. Yours truly. Yeah. Internet is where it's the only place that I've met real people in person. At meetups, you meet people that they're just in a new deal. They don't really have no unique skill sets, none whatsoever. What I've learned over the past 20 years is if you want to really be around the movers and shakers in any industry, any profession, you have to go to a paid event. The paid events are where the real movers and shakers and the money makers dwell at. If you go to a free event, you're not gonna really have anybody in there like that. The host may be, or the sponsor may be, but that's really about it. Everybody else is there basically trying to catch and grab. That's it, really. That's why these groups suck, because it's not, most people in there, they don't really know how to do anything. But like I said, I go there under the assumption that I'm just going in here to kick it, have a good time. If I happen to meet somebody that know how to do anything, or want to do anything, or want to collaborate, great. If it doesn't happen, that's great too. I just met a couple people, had a drink or two, and I left. I took my ass back home, and that's it. But I don't go there with no expectations, none whatsoever. You disappoint yourself, And then you have, most people are there, they're doing the same shit. Insurance, financial planning, financial services, what else they do? Real estate agent, what's the other one? Or some type of virtual assistant. There's a lot of people that's into that. They go there, So everybody's doing the same thing. If everybody's doing the same thing, how do you collaborate? That's the thing, So I'm like, I'm not in the financial services. I'm a techie guy. I'm a programmer. So if he's selling insurance and I'm a programmer, he don't want to collaborate with me. He's trying to get people in his new deal. That's all he's thinking about. I'm not thinking like that, but that's how he thinks. He ain't trying to. I've never met somebody that was selling insurance wanted to come on and do a video live. They're not trying to do none of that shit. No, they just want to pitch you their new deal, and once you get signed up, have a nice day, see you later. You're never going to see them again. They do the same thing with MLM, network marketing. The same shit, direct sales. People that's in the network marketing go to these meetup events as well. And they're looking for people to join their new deal that they have. And once they sign you up, see you later, alligator. You're never going to see him again. Unless you call him, And then he's going to be going to all the meetups in the city, even the next town over. And that's his only strategy. That's most people's only strategy. They keep going to meetup events. Because I ask a lot of these people, how do you get leads? How do you get more clients? They say, oh, I keep going to meetup events. That's all you got? If that's all you got, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, bro. And the companies that you work for, they don't care about you. All they want to do is send as much people down the pipeline as possible. And they know at some point you're going to have 3 to 5% going to pop. 90%, they gone. 80%, they gone within the first, 3 months. Look, I've seen this happen hundreds of times in MLM and insurance and financial services. If somebody signs up 100 people, within the first 3 months, 3 to 4 months, 80% of them is gone. That's just the percentages. It's been like that for 50 years, and it ain't changed yet. And you can go look it up. Find any insurance company, any networking company that's been around for 50 to 100 years. They're not going to be honest with you. But if you ask them, hey, could you give me some data based on how long do people stay around once they get recruited? it's going to be a big number. But they're not going to give you that information. It's going to be like 80% people leave within 3 to 4 months. They're gone. See you later, alligator. Arrivederci. Because there is no strategy when it comes to these companies. And they don't care about anybody. For them, it's a numbers game. That's what I figured out a long time ago. This is why I love the internet. I love the internet. This book is all about taking control and using the internet to your advantage, for your best interest. This comes out July the 3rd, so don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. July the 3rd, The Cockroach Marketer. The underground strategy for growing an audience, dominating social media, and becoming impossible to ignore. I posted this on LinkedIn today. That's me on the back, man. Yeah, I'm proud of this book. I sat on this book for 10 years. 10 years. And didn't publish it. There's no book out that's like this. This is going to be, I'm going to turn this book into a movement. Yeah, it's going to be a movement. It's going to sell at least 100,000 copies. Once it's all said and done. You heard it first. At least 100,000 copies once it's all said and done. And check this out. I ain't no rapper. I ain't no entertainer. I ain't no famous person. I'm just a regular guy that has done some uncommon shit. That's all I am. And I'm not famous. I ain't got no plug. I ain't corporate. I'm just a guy that stayed consistent long enough, and eventually, whatever I'm doing, it's gonna pop. And that's my secret to succeeding at anything. If I stay around long enough, it's gonna pop. Because see, most people gonna quit. I don't quit. That's why I always win. I always win. I don't lose. Yeah, I might have to adapt. I might have to make some changes here and there, but I don't quit. That's the difference between me and most people, especially online. But hey, if you need a new strategy, it's in here. You know what I'm saying? If networking, going to meetups is your best strategy, you in trouble. I don't care what you involved in. I don't care. You name it. Whether you sell insurance, MLM, financial services, you're a real estate agent, any type of sales job, if you got to hustle and grunt and to go to meetup groups 5-6 times a month, that's too much struggle. And I'm too lazy to be working hard like that. I'm too lazy to be working hard like that. No, that's not my. I'm the type of person. I'm always looking to do things bigger and better. So I don't like to keep doing the same thing over and over if it ain't working. But hey, you may disagree. Share this episode. Tell me what you think below, and smash the like button. Smash the like button. And hey, before I leave, hey, where you from? Tell me where you from in the chat. Tell me where you from in the chat and what you do for a living. Yeah, but before I get up out of here. And they got some crazy stuff on TV now, man. TV on regular TV, man. The local channel is horrible here where I live at. Who's looking at this shit on TV? That's what I want to know. Man, this shit is horrible, man. I don't know. But anyways, I'm about to get out of here. I've been on here, about 20 minutes? Yeah, let's call it 20 minutes. Yeah, But that's all I basically wanted to say. I didn't really plan on being on there for 20 minutes. Really. I'm past my time already. But hey, like, share this video. Don't forget to check out my book on Amazon.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.